Hi and welcome. I'm John and this is Unique Wargaming Terrain. Guys, this is the weekly Wednesday Warhammer / Wargaming questions and answers. This is off the cuff video, guys. For those of you that are new, what does that mean? I record the video and I upload it. I don't do any fancy editing or anything like that. You won't see my symbol at the beginning or nothing like that. I do have a transition button, so if I need to stop recording and adjust lighting or something like that, or if it starts pissing rain or people come into the yard and they're really noisy and everything else, I could just sort of just wait until they've finished. Sometimes use it, sometimes don't. If you're new to the channel, guys, this is the weekly Wednesday is all model focused. It's to do with painting, not painting videos, but it's to do with painting techniques, paints, materials, tools, storage of models, anything to do with models, yeah, or rules or anything that's, you know, anything that to do with models, basically. Okay. If you're regular here, guys, for the love, thank you very much. At this moment in time, it's 80 subscribers. I'm absolutely blown away. So happy. This is a lot to go through today. This is an explosive episode, so sit back, watch, enjoy, and let's get started. Okay, Imperium subscription. Right, the Imperium magazine is being launched on the 25th of August. Okay, so I'd imagine that I'm going to get it probably a week and a half after that. Now, if you haven't signed up for it, guys, go check it out. It's absolutely well worth it. I mean, you can order it after the fact. You can order it after the fact, when it's launched, but you really get on it now. Okay, and the other thing as well, if you do decide to go for it, check out the premium version. I think it's €2 more, £2 more, or something like that. Which means there's 80 issues, so £2 more is another 160 quid on top of the total. But you're getting a bunch of Chaos Space Marines, some Tyranid stuff, some Orc stuff, and some Tau stuff. So if you go, oh, I don't collect those armies, it's still worth it because that's the basic stuff, but there's all Brucey bonuses that go with it as well. So, you know, and what I'm telling you guys now, so when it starts happening, they go, oh, maybe I should get into that, and it's episode 20, and it's like, oh no, let me jump onto it now. Okay. And another thing as well, when it's launched, when it arrives to your house, the postman will have a PDA thing. As soon as you sign for it, that's when they try and take the money out for it. Okay, so make sure you have the money in there for it. Okay, because otherwise they'll stop it. And there was a lot of problems before with the Conquest where they stopped it, and you tried to get them to say, look, hold on, the money's there, why don't you? Okay, so just make sure the money's there in the first place. All right. Now, because I put my subscription in way back when, and when it was just we're thinking of doing this, who's interested, and their subscription, actually their subscription that that company that distributes it usually gets, was blown out of the water by everyone subscribing to the Imperium magazine. So actually broke their records. So they weren't ready to release it properly yet. It was just a little test to see who was interested. So because I put my subscription in early, I've received today my Imperium magazine, my Imperium free mug. Look at that, huh? That's actually amazing. Necron on that side, Space Marine that side, absolutely fantastic. Nice. So I got that this morning. Well, that came this morning when I come back from work. It was here. Right. Let's get on with the your painting videos. I'm really enjoying your painting videos. You're making good progress, and your video quality is improving. Now, with my painting videos, I really enjoy them. I absolutely enjoy them. Not only is it relaxing for me, I actually get through the pile of shame. You know, and to be honest with you, I absolutely love making these videos. Whether it be the weekly Wednesday, the painting video, the terrain build, I absolutely love them. Absolutely love it. The problem I have with the painting video, I'm all cramped in this little corner, and I keep painting the model, but I'm coming off focus away from the camera, and it's, oh no. Or I'm painting the model, but the camera's trying to focus on what's behind it. I'm still learning, but I need to just make sure that I'm just focusing on one model, you know. I'm on holiday in a couple of weeks, so my aim is to get this corner of the work table sorted out just for painting videos, and then have this corner sorted out just for building models and undercoating and graveling, and then the pile of shame on the wall there. Okay, at the moment there's a heap of stuff down here that shouldn't be there. That's just there for the sake of being there. So that's what I'm trying to do, to do with that. Now, talking about the videos, my last terrain build that I did was working with wet expanding foam. Now, I shared it on a foam group on, foam cutters group on Facebook, and I got a lot of heat, a lot of negative stuff and a lot of positive stuff as well. But the overall complaint was I didn't tell you guys that PPE. Make sure your ventilated area, make sure you have mask, goggles, gloves, etc. That's my fault, because I'm so used to, like, if I'm using a blade, and I've said this a few times across the channel, different videos, when you're not using a blade, put the blade down, let someone know you're using a blade. But if you're using a blade, you don't cut it towards yourself, you're always cutting away from yourself. So I just presume that everyone knows that. But reading some of the comments on there, and not just people like, oh no, it's cancerous, none of that, just people talking, oh, I used doing this, I didn't know, I should have really just emphasised and let you guys know, look, goggles, visor, respirator, gloves, ventilated area. I mean, this room is very, very ventilated. On the next video terrain build, which I'm working on, those two pieces that are hand sculpted, I was a little bit annoyed at the beginning of that video because of some of the comments, but then actually when I took a day and I read them properly again, real clear of mind, I was like, actually, no, they're not giving out to me. They're actually just saying, look, you need to let people know health and safety, PPE. So again, that's on me, guys. I should have thought about that. So with that in mind, when I'm making train builds next, next train builds and all that sort of stuff, I will keep trying to say PPE. Just try and emphasize upon myself to let you guys know, look, PPE. Okay. When I'm on my holiday, I want to try a 24-hour painting challenge. Obviously, once I've sorted this area out. Now, some people are going to go, oh, hey, don't get too excited, because I'm not. I've seen Ollie on Bottle Wargaming, and I've seen a few other people try and do it, and they're like really struggling 18-20 hours into it, which I can fully understand. I'm thinking of just going with the Necrons from the Indominus box for two reasons. The first reason is that's a big part of the pile of shame gone, okay, and they're quite easy to paint, okay. And the second reason is when the Imperium magazine starts flying in, I think actually it should start coming in the week I'm actually on holiday. But when it starts coming in, there's going to be Necron bits in there as well. So I don't want to have all of those bits here and all the Indominus, because I think in the Imperium magazine, the Necrons you get, I think it's roughly the same as what you get in the Imperium box, in the Indominus box. I think, last time I looked, I think it is. I think the Imperium magazine, you might get a few different bits and pieces, but model for models, I think it works out about the same. I'm not sure. No, I think the Imperium magazine actually has more. I swear there's 2 units of 20 Necron warriors, a hero or two, some big beastie things, some big construct things, and some other stuff in there. I can't remember off the top of my head. There's only a few things that really stick out to me that's in there. But I think if I can get that done, then when that comes in, they're already done. I can just start then. Okay, there's a unit of 10 Necrons. Let me paint them up. Because by then I'll have a good colour scheme to do it. Right. Okay, the question, this is the last question for the day, but it's a bit of a long answer, so I left it to last. This question was put on the August giveaway. Actually, there is another question. I didn't write it down. I remember reading it on Messenger. Why am I doing giveaways for terrain? There's a reason for this. One, I'm running out of space to store stuff. So I'd rather give it away to someone than it just be sitting here and get damaged and whatever over time. I'd rather just give it away. Okay. At the moment on the August giveaway, there's only one person that's come in for something, and that's the Necromander terrain bits. So well done. I haven't done the draw yet, so don't panic anyone. You still can come onto the draw. Just come to that video, tell me you subscribe to the channel and what piece of terrain you want. That's shown in the video. And I'll do the draw on the 1st of September. Okay? Right. Now for a long question. Where are we? Starting new to Warhammer, what would be the best army to start with and why? Now, I haven't covered this question like this before. I think I've touched on this question 2 different videos and from 2 different ways. Okay, so and as I said before, if you ask a question I've already answered, I'll still give you the answer for it, because there's no point you sifting through videos to try and find the answer. And anyway, the first thing you need to do is you need to decide whether you're going to be a wargamer, as in someone that collects armies and paints armies and plays war games, or you're just going to be a model collector. Now, a model collector would be someone that would buy a model and go, okay, I like this model, I'm going to clean and glue it, put it together and paint it. And then you're going to put it into a glass cabinet that's on display, or that type of thing. Then you're going to go and buy another model from a different army or from the same army or whatever, do the same again. Okay, so you could have a whole cabinet full of just a random assortment of models. None of them make an army, but there's models that you like the look of and that you're painting. Okay, now as a wargamer, this is new to Warhammer. Okay, so there is Warhammer 40,000 now and Age of Sigmar. Warhammer Fantasy has gone, but the old world is coming back. Okay. Actually, let me just say something else. Just jumping on myself there. The Imperium magazine subscription. I've got a funny feeling, okay, when that finishes, because usually they do a 40k subscription, then they do a Warhammer one afterwards. I got a funny feeling, or an AOS one. I got a funny feeling when that Imperium magazine finishes, the next one they'll announce will be to do Warhammer the Old World. I've got a funny feeling. And if it is, I said it here first. Okay, so back to what I was saying. If you're going to be collecting for Wargaming, you need to decide whether you want to play fantasy, whether that be AOS or Warhammer 7th, 8th, 9th edition, whatever, or 7th or 8th edition, or the Old World. That's what you need to decide first of all. Obviously, AOS / Warhammer the Old World, or Warhammer itself, is fantasy based. Okay, so it's bows and arrows, spells, dragons, all that sort of stuff. Whereas 40k is more guns, tanks, psychers, and Xenos and all that sort of crazy stuff. Now, I can't say to you the best army to start with, okay? Because I could turn around and say, oh, these are the armies that I don't like, but that's my opinion. Now, once upon a time, I didn't like the Tau army, but watching play on tabletop or 40k in 40 minutes, I think it's the same channel, but it's 2 different names for it. There's a player called Tau Nick, and he plays Tau army, and because of his enthusiasm and the way that he plays them, I actually quite like the look of the army now, but I never used to. I watched a video on their channel yesterday or the day before, it might be yesterday, and it was Orcs versus Genocide Cults. Now, I'm not a big fan of Genocide Cults, but I actually because Nick was using them, I actually look at them and go, actually, Anyway, now I would say whether you choose fantasy or futuristic, you should actually look at what general, what model in each army you like. Okay, so when I say what model, I mean like what model you would use as your general or your warlord or your big boss. And then let's just say, for example, you were doing fantasy and you decided, okay, I like the look of Chaos. Okay, so then do you go with mortals, or do you go with demons, or beastmen or whatever? And so let's say, for example, you say, I'm going to go with mortals, curse warriors and marauders and all that. Then you look at your general. Who's your general? What model are you looking at? Let's just say Archeon. All argument's sake, because it's an amazing model, amazing sculpts. You like that model. What other units in that army do you like? Units or models, or so you might only like two or three other units / models in that army. As a wargame, is it worth you collecting an army because you only like a couple of models in there? Because what you'll end up doing is you'll buy just the Marauder Warriors and the Horsemen and this and that, and you'll glue them together, and will take 6 months to a year to paint one unit because you have no interest in painting them because you don't like them. Okay. Similarly, if you've got a Dwarven army, the Overlords, and you like this hero, and I don't know too much about the Overlords, but you like this hero, and you like this unit, but you don't like the rest. There's no point you getting them. But say for example, you like the Skaven army, and you just say Grey Seer on Screenbell, you like that model, or Grey Seer Torquil, I think that's his name. Say you have him, you like that model, it's an amazing model, fantastic, and you like the Storm Vermin, you like this, you like the Doomwheel, you like this, you like that, and out of the whole army, there might be just say 15 different unit types or troop choices, but there's only 2 or 3 of them you don't like. Or you're not going to get bored painting them. You're not going to get bored playing games with them. So that's similarly the same with 40k. So if you like the Eldar, or the Eldari as they're called now, and you like one of the Farseers, or you like the Warlocks, or the Warlocks on Warlock Council on the jetbikes, I think they are. They're amazing. I like them. But if that's amazing. No. Then you look at what models are in that army, that faction, that you don't like. Okay, I don't really like the Striking Scorpions. What else? Oh, that's it. Well, then all you'd do as a wargamer is you'd get every single other unit apart from the Scorpions, and then maybe get a unit or 2 of Scorpions, and you'll start paying them up 6 months a year because you're not really interested in them, but you've got all the other units you like. Okay, same as if you like, I say Space Marines or Cow Space Marines, but the problem with those 2 armies is they have so many different factions within their genre, like of faction itself. So what I mean by that is the Space Marines, you have Ultramarines, you have Blood Angels, you have Dark Angels, you have Space Wolves, you have Imperial Fists, you have list goes on, and then you can make your own custom chapters. So it's okay, like I have. Same with Chaos Space Marines, you can have the Alpha Legion, you can have Abaddons or Abaddons, whatever you want to call him, Legion, you can have Emperor's Children, you can have Death Guard, Thousand Suns, or you can have your own little warband with your own little. So they're a little bit different. Okay, same principle, but it's because some Blood Angel units, Blood Angel Space Marines have army itself has different units than the Space Wolf ones. Like Space Wolf ones will have Space Marines 1 giant wolves, whereas you don't have that in Blood Angels. But you have Blood Angels, Jump Hack Marines, or whatever they're called, but they have big angel wings. Fantastic models. Okay, so it all goes down. I've waffled on a bit, and I do apologise. It all goes down to your individual choice. My advice to you would be, if you like 60 to 70% of that particular army, okay, from characters to units to, then it's probably worth you starting with that army. It could come to a later date where you go, I like this army now. Like, I never used to like the Dark Elves. Oh, sorry, the Dark Elder. But looking at some of the models, they're absolutely amazing. Because of the sculpts are fantastic, I actually want them, I actually want to paint them, I actually want to start collecting them just to have some games with them. But I hope, so what I'm saying is just go with, if you like more models in one army, then just try that army. But the best thing to do, if you're starting new to it, or if you're getting back into it after a long time,
is get yourself a little star box. Okay, I think they're 15 quid or so. You get 2 or 3 guys, some paints, a brush, a clipper, some clippers. So you can put them together and you can just test paint them. Just do some. Okay, I think there's the 40k one. I think it's the Space Marines and Necrons. I mean, Necrons, you could play Necrons, yeah. I think there's them ones. I don't know what the AOS one is because I don't follow AOS that much. But I hope that helps you. Now, if you have any questions, guys, anything you want me to answer, chuck a comment below. Okay, on this video, you can message me on Messenger. You can go on to Unique Wargaming Terrain Facebook page and leave me a message there. I don't check that all the time, but I do check it, at least once a week. Thanks for watching, guys. Please hit like, subscribe, turn on notifications, and I'll see you next week. Take it easy, guys.